Hey, yo, mic check 1 2 1 2. It's the Kinflow Podcast. Yeah. It's the Kinflow Podcast. We here to educate. We here to give you game. We here to make you laugh. Deep conversations while we building on this knowledge. Yeah. Keep your head up. Hey. Keep your head up. It's the Kinflow Podcast. We here to educate. We here to give you game. We here to make you laugh. Deep conversations while we building on this knowledge. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Yeah. Every day when I awaken, ask God give me strength for the day that I be facing. Yeah, because we all trying to make it there. Life is hard, we keep pushing on the real, we don't fear. Because we gotta keep God first, while overcoming the obstacles, putting the truth first. And it still hurts, but it gets worse if we decide not to speak while we on this earth. It's the Kinflow Podcast. We here to educate, we here to give you game, we here to make you laugh. Deep conversations while we building on this knowledge. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. It's the Kinflow Podcast. We here to educate. We here to give you game. We here to make you laugh. Deep conversation while we building on this knowledge. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Yeah.
And all that other shit is to control you. If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave back to the community, we'd be alright. If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to motherfuckers who need God, we'd be alright. We'd be alright. Have you seen some of these goddamn churches lately? It's ones that take up the whole block in New York. It's homeless people out here. Why ain't God letting them stay there? Why these niggas got gold ceilings and shit? Why God need gold ceilings to talk to me? Why do God need colored windows to talk to me? Why God can't come where I'm at, where he sent me? If God wanted to talk to me in a pretty spot like that, why the hell he sent me here then? You know what I mean? That make ghetto kids not believe in God. Why? So that's a wrong religion. I believe in God. I believe God put us wherever we want to be at. Then it makes sense that God will put us in the ghetto. That means he wants us to work hard to get up out of here. That means he's testing us even more. That makes sense. It makes sense that if you're good in your heart, then you closer to God. But if you're evil, then you're close to the devil. That makes sense. I see that every day. All that other spooky shit don't make sense.
And we are live. What up, everybody? What up, everybody? It's the Kinflow Podcast. We back with another episode. I'm your host, Big Pound.
And I'm Busy B.
Busy B already. What's good, fam? How your week been going?
Man, it's been going pretty good. Not really doing too much. That's why I've been going pretty good.
Already. That's what's up.
I'm happy to be back, though. I'm happy to be back on the air and getting back at it again. Good to see you again, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, we gotta get in the gym more, man. Get more efficient. Work on getting more consistent. You know, life be lifing, but that ain't no excuse. We gotta just keep pushing through. What we got on the agenda for today is a fire starter. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of. First of all, let me put the disclaimer out. We're not endorsing anyone, you know. This ain't an endorsement show. In my personal opinion, I gave it on a previous show on who I will vote for. But this ain't really about that. It's really about like being honest with the people and why certain people resonate with people and why certain people don't resonate with people. The American people is not dumb, right? You would agree on that statement?
100%.
And we done got to the point to where people just think they can say anything, right? They can just say anything, and we supposed to just eat it, not question it, and not deep dive and and do research. And I think we're at a turning point in the way that people overall look at politics. Now, of course, you got the same people that's gonna stick with who they've been rocking with, no matter what is done, no matter what is not done. That's who their allegiance is to. But for me personally, you know, I look at how a person moves and what they say, and as the thumbnail says, when a person tells you who they are, you guys gotta believe them. Um, you, I'm sure people can list 100 things about Trump that they don't like. Uh, they could say he's this, he's a racist, he did this, he did that, but that's on both sides. So I wanted to start with that so we can get all of the confusion out the way, so people not thinking that we just bashing or whatever. But the truth is what it is.
It's kind of funny where you see what you see and you hear what you hear, but you don't take in what you see or what you hear, and you
Right.
convince yourself that because of your own strong personal values, beliefs, and wishes, I would say that it's impossible for what you see and hear to be wrong. And that's where we need to wake up and pay attention to what's really happening, in my opinion, because a lot of times,
Whoa,
uh-oh, a
just
lot of
gotta.
times, yes,
It's got real weird on your end, like interference with the mic or something. But you good now though. It just went in and out real quick.
like shut off.
No, like you was driving through a wind tunnel or something.
Oh,
But
really? Okay.
it's okay
Okay.
now though. It's okay now though.
All right. So it's kind of when you're having a conversation with someone, it starts getting emotional, and the things you key in on or try to not hear is like how things are happening now. You get emotional about who's who, then you shut down, and when you shut down, you want to pay attention just to key little words that is going to really make a big difference to nothing, but only to you. And then that's where you get lost. If I
Right.
said something that you understand.
Yes, sir. But so we're gonna jump back to that in a minute. But how you see all this immigration shit going on, right? And
Mm-hmm.
what's your personal opinion on immigration and what it's looking like right now? Like we ain't talking about 3 years ago. We talking about right now. When you see all of the resources as somebody that's been in the military, retired, right? You working,
Mm-hmm.
you paying taxes, you and your lady paying taxes. Um, when you see all the resources that are being spent on people that's not even um, citizens of the country, and the numbers, it's some fluctuations in the total cost of money being spent. This one article that I'll show in a minute, it's like $150 billion, right?
150 billion.
Yeah, in total
Wow.
resources. How does that make you feel to know that? I'm sure you know people that can't get any kind of assistance from the government. Um, I know people. Um, but this overall, what does it make you feel like just to know that they're so forthcoming when it comes to people that's not citizens of the United States, but when it comes to taking care of home, it's always a struggle and a battle to even get resources.
For me, I would say it's uncomfortable. One, I understand anybody that's wanting to come over here and be in a better situation. I have no problem with that. But we have all these policies and these laws set up so that you come in a certain way and be identified and become part of the system, and do your part and continue doing just like everybody else. But the interesting thing that I find troublesome is the government or this administration right now, and or administration period, but for this particular time frame, has taken upon themselves to just bring in people for their agenda for what we will see more than likely after this election. And it will be dressed up, in my opinion, as though it was done for something else other than what I think is to get additional votes. So to spend that much money on people that aren't even part of the United States or registered in the United States, it's just, it's a dysfunction. It's sad. And the fact that we're looking at how the upper powers can control things at a distance, America is waking up. And due to the fact of what's happening overseas, how that's going on, has raised a lot of awareness to how you can go to war, bomb the crap out of a part of the country, kill thousands of kids, and we still run with the narrative of, we have the right to defend. And that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's a way that you can go about doing that. And it's just terrible. It's terrible. $150 billion. People are struggling here all the time. Interesting thing that I find is this. One week I go to Walmart, a carton of 60 eggs cost $17.24. Not 25, but 24 cents.
That's the 24 pack. Is that the 24 pack?
That's 60 eggs in the box. So the next week, because of how the elections are coming down to being closer, it's $10.24. No, 64 cents. So I'm trying to figure out, when did chickens disappear? At what point did they go on strike? And when did they shoot them up with steroids to start producing more eggs again? This is ridiculous how we're being price gouged. And, that's a big topic, too, that's being talked about, how that's going to be stopped.
Right.
Well, why is it even apparent is the question.
How?
Why would it be apparent? Yeah, how could it be apparent to even be in this situation? It's because how this economy's been rolling. And again, going back to 150 billion, it's terrible. It's sad. It's just sad that, we bust our butt and this is how things are being done behind our efforts. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. During the holidays, you see that price going up and down a lot with gas. It's $3.50, $3.40 something all year. Then when Christmas hit, it's miraculously, it's like $2 and some change, So they, companies do that. I don't know, just being this country being designed on capitalism. I don't know how much you can control what companies' prices that they put on they goods, right? But it's got to be a reason they doing it, because delivering it costs more, gas costs more. You know what I'm saying? To process it, everything is costing more. Inflation. Yeah, so that's really a tricky one. But I believe if the economy was overall better, everything would stay down, and we wouldn't have to worry about this situations like you're talking about. But man, I don't see no end. I mean, it's like you were saying, there's wars all over now. I mean, Korea just sent troops to fight with Russia to Ukraine, right?
Yep,
China's
that's
gearing
what they're
up.
saying.
China's gearing up for Taiwan. Uh, man, it's just a lot of bad decisions being made right now, and I don't have the answers. But I do know one person that there was no wars when he was president. I do know, and when
Yeah.
Trump was president, regardless of what his negotiation style is, he was. I mean, he's a businessman, right? So
Hmm.
even in the hood on some street shit, even in the movies, they even say in the movies, bloodshed and bodies and all of that nonsense violence is bad for business. I mean, that applies to the same thing with international trade and people being able to move freely and deliver goods and services to all the different ports around the world, including America. We escaped one scare with the strike. They got
Hmm.
that done, but I don't have any insider information. But to me, I believe a call was put in and some assurances was made um, that everything would be taken care of once uh, Trump get in the office. That's just my theory. That's just a complete theory. I have no information on that. So um,
Now, I actually think that that was just a smoke screen,
for
just to
what?
draw the attention away, to draw the attention away from what's happening in other places. That
Mm,
if you take that time frame and just look across the world events, you'll I'm pretty sure you're gonna find something. It always happens like that. History just repeat, not history, but the game repeats itself. There's really no hack to it. It just repeats itself.
right.
The economic game just repeats itself. Gas prices go up, like you mentioned, then they go down. Food goes up, goes down, goes up. At one point, briskets was almost a 25-pound brisket was like $100, and then
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it dropped back down to about 30 or 40. So,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a big shift. In order for prices to just go up or down like that, a lot of cows end up missing or something. The
Right.
supply and demand. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
supply and demand it has to change in a big way, and I think that's why people notice faster now is because the way the game is being played. And when I say game, the economic game is being played. Things are shifting so fast to where you can't you notice it. It used to be it was
Right.
slow, and
Right.
it gradually went into the next phase and so on and so forth. But now with technology and just how people can get up on game of things, and it's just going so fast. So these different all these incidents that's happening so quick. It's just to me it's just a game that's been played over and over. And the fact that this administration right now has been sloppy in how they've been playing, uh, Americans like waking up to say, no, enough is enough. I mean, you talk to us already as though we don't have sense, and now you really talking to us like we never had sense.
Right.
So let's hear that same speech and that same response one more time, and it's probably gonna drive some people over the wall.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion on that. I think that's a big problem. It's a real big problem, bro. I mean, it's a bigger problem than we even stating. 150 billion dollars on people that's not citizens, and I'm with you wholeheartedly. People trying to escape, uh, they in dire circumstances. Life is being threatened. They want a better life. I'm all for it. Doing it the right way, like everybody that came before them. But just letting masses of amount of people over here, and half these people you don't know who they are. Um, they can't be tracked any kind of way. That's not, if a nigga is hiding from a warrant, they can hunt that nigga down. They got your fingerprints, they got your social security number, they know who you are, and they gonna come and get you. It's just mind blowing to me that it can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying? They found fucking Saddam Hussein in a hole, bro. They found Bin Laden in a hole. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so somebody's complicit. Um, like I said, I don't have
Actually,
all
they
the.
found.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say actually they found Bin Laden in a room. No, not Bin Laden. Yeah, Bin Laden wasn't
Yeah, I
in
mean
a
it's
room.
still.
The Navy SEALs went
Yeah,
into
they
that
found
room.
him in a room,
I was
but I mean, it's still a hole because the country was hiding him for so long. I mean, he was a resident of Pakistan, right there at the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan. My point is that they can find people when they want to find you, and
no
just
doubt.
to just to when you see all of these different programs that they got for people that's to come into this country, it just kind of, I'm not, regardless of what happened, regardless of who become president,
Mm-hmm.
I know that my fight is going to stay the same. Now, I'm a black American, right? Uh, my people built this country. They bled for this country. They died for this country. I said this before. We're the only group of people that's fought in every major war that this country's ever had in mass. Regardless of who win president, I'm still gonna have to provide for my family, pay bills, and keep pushing and reach all of my goals and raise my children and my grandbabies. I'm still gonna have to continue to do that. This conversation is really about awareness and just giving the information to the people. You go do your back research and you make your own decision. But
Mm-hmm.
no matter what, we're not sitting here, woe is me, but I see people, when I'm driving around, vets, I see homeless people. They can't get a leg up in this country. They can't, they're begging for change, begging for food, need somewhere to stay, need medical attention. And for some reason, they can't get it. So it just kind of confuses me when I see a number like $150 billion. That'll be like me on Christmas. I don't have no presents up under the tree for my kids if they were still kids. But
Mm-hmm.
I go spend a massive amount of money and buy other kids presents, but forget about my own kids. Now that's a noble gesture, but what are you doing to the people in your own house? Yeah, you can feel good about yourself because you took care of people that in need on the outside of your house. But if you leaving the people on the inside of your house at a disadvantage emotionally and mentally, what good are you really doing? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
I agree with you. Yeah.
You gotta take care of both. You can't, you can't, you know, um, like I said, I have no problem with people wanting a better life and coming to this country, but it's gotta be a better system of accountability, as Busy B would say. It's gotta be a better system of accountability when it comes to dispersing this money, making sure people at home are taken care of or at least pointed in the right direction to move forward,
Mm-hmm.
man. And
No doubt.
I ain't gonna beat a dead horse with it, but that's just my 2 cents on that. Before we get into the next subject, do you want to timestamp that, sir? Before we get
I'm
into the
already
next
ahead of
subject.
you. I'm
Oh,
already
okay,
ahead of
cool,
you.
cool. Um, on to some other while we here. This Kamala Harris issue. Uh, we done seen. Help me out right here, Kinfolk. Uh, we done seen the celebrity blitz, right? You seen the celebrity blitz
Right.
with
Oh,
them,
you talking about how they're using the celebrities to get the attention of the people.
Yeah, I mean, this whole time there's been no mention of black people until this last month, right? We seen Ricky
Mm-hmm.
Smiley go off. We seen Steve Harvey. We seen every celebrity.
DL.
DL, he always on some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
We seen Charlemagne the God. We see all these different celebrities.
Who was that? Who did the dance? Megan Thee Stallion. She was
Megan Thee Stallion. Most recently, Beyonce and what's the other girl that was in the group with her? Kelly Rowland. Barack Obama reciting rap lyrics. Yeah, Michelle Obama. It's just kind of insulting, man, to try to paint a picture to where, first of all, Barack Obama was wrong when he said black men are, trying to blame black men for not supporting Kamala, but then on top of that, doubling down and trying to bring some misogyny into it, like black men, we couldn't take a woman being president, right? See, that's kind of disingenuous right there, and that's why you fooled us in 08 by so he was elected in 08. And I remember back in 08, man, I felt so good, bro. I felt good, bro. Barack Obama was the
everybody
president,
was celebrating and everything.
but by it got closer to 2012, my attitude had changed, and I remember talking to some people about it, and they was like, "Man, you got to give him the first 4 years. The second 4 years, he gonna get that second 4 years. He gonna do some stuff." Well, fast
make
forward,
a big change.
he didn't do anything, and it was worse. More black people got killed under his administration than any other period of time by the police under Barack Obama.
And a whole new agenda came about.
Yeah, and the transformer agenda. So when I see all these celebrities, that furthers my confirmation that they think the American people is stupid, man. Like, we just so enamored by celebrities, and I don't think they've been paying attention to like channels like ours, or a little bigger or whatever, a little smaller or whatever. But the word on the streets is we not really dealing with celebrities no more like that, bro. They don't got the influence that they used to have. I don't know if they got the memo or not, but
I don't think they did. They definitely lost touch. They don't lost touch with the people, man.
We don't care if you bring out Eminem, L. Cool J, Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes. Nobody's buying that, because a lot of them people that y'all bringing up was at them Diddy parties, right? Y'all was at them Diddy parties with the baby oil, and allegedly, you know what I'm saying? So we already off that celebrity. We off the celebrity stuff. And but just to back to my point, just to make it about black men is an insult. But it's not just black men that's not messing with Kamala. And I wanna share something with y'all real quick. Let me get to it.
My name is Jasmine Woodson.
Hi, my name is Silla.
I'm Karen Watson. I'm Yolanda Johnson from Georgia.
This is BB Diamond from New York City.
I'm Dana
Fair
Galen,
use, y'all.
and I'm from
Fair
Tampa,
use.
Florida.
I live in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Out here in Maricopa County.
Kalamazoo County, Michigan.
I am a proud African immigrant living in Florida.
I'm from the great state of New Jersey.
I'm Angelina from Philly, and this November, I am not voting for Kamala Harris.
I am not voting for Kamala Harris.
I'm not voting for Kamala Harris.
I am not with Kamala Harris.
I am not with her.
I'm not with her.
I am not with Kamala Harris.
I'm not with Kamala.
I am not for Kamala. I am for Donald Trump.
I am not with Kamala.
I am not with her because she is not with me.
I support President Trump and the economic policies our country experienced under his leadership as our 45th president.
President Trump will support our law enforcement agencies and fund them appropriately.
Donald Trump made me proud to be an American. I'm with Donald J. Trump.
We need a leader who can make America great again.
Trump puts Americans first, and he always will.
We need Donald Trump.
I and millions of other Black Americans will cast my vote for Donald J. Trump.
I will proudly cast my vote for Donald J. Trump as our next president.
Let's make America great again.
Okay.
That's a lot to be said in that video.
How did they find that many Black women to say that? If it's all this.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about. What they set up for that to happen like that? But,
yeah, so I mean, and it's real, man. I mean,
why do you think? Okay, so why do you think they're saying that?
Because everybody see the same things we talking about. We see the money being given to people that's not citizens. We see, I mean, Black women, you know, we see fakeness, right?
Are they hearing anything? What are they hearing?
Like far as what?
I don't know, a repeated speech.
Yeah, of course they hearing the repeated. They hearing the repeated
What is that
speech.
repeated speech?
What do you mean? Like
We
what?
can let the people know what the repeated statements are being made out there. What who's putting it out there? How many times? Well, not who.
Okay,
She's the one that's making a statement.
I just think people are fed up with the fake shit, bro. This woman said that her grandma used to make greens in a bathtub. This woman said that. This woman said, "Ask your wife if she ever made greens in the bathtub, and would you eat them?"
No. And I could have
greens in the bathtub where you shit and take baths at, bro.
No.
And that's you know, we ain't even talking about. Don't nobody do that. I don't know nobody that do that, bro. My grandma didn't do that.
Who are you feeding?
Our grandma that we share together didn't do that. We don't take food in the bathroom, bro.
No.
Food in the bathroom? Where you piss and shit at? Excuse my language. So, and I think that's why these women, they can see through that because they Black American women, bro, and they didn't come from the same things that she come from. You know what I'm saying?
But they came from a middle class family.
Yeah, ask me a question. Any question you want to ask, I'll show you why.
Okay. After looking at that video, what would you think any of those Black women would say?
I was raised in a middle class family, right? I had a nanny that had a small business, and she was a very hard worker. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, because yeah.
What do you think their husband would say?
Man, you know, man, I'm a middle class worker, man, and I'm the only person up here on this stage, man, that's prosecuted niggas, man. No, but yeah, man. Nah.
Hey, in all seriousness, though,
that's the worst thing in the world, bro. That's the worst thing in the world.
Obvious. It's so obvious. No matter how much you want to pull for the team, it's so obvious that the person that's leading the team don't know what end zone to go to. You keep throwing the ball back to the end zone you're supposed to be going away from and expecting people to be there to catch it. That's what this looks like, and it's sad. It's very sad. You can't even differentiate what policies would be for you or against you because of all the bull crap that's being said in front of you. And that's the sad part about this, because as both candidates put out whatever it is that they say they're going to do and what policies is this or that, either for what you have in your beliefs or against that, there's so much smoke, what they call smoke smoking screens to keep you confused, to keep you not really focused on what is the issue or what can help the issue.
Right.
That you so caught up in the deflection or the obvious, oh, let me repeat this over and over and over and over and over again, and they'll forget about everything else. Right. I'll give them this to talk about before I give them the meat of the what's needed to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's funny. It's funny as hell to me.
It is, because if you watch some of these interviews, you can literally, when the person asks the question, you can mute it and repeat what she's about to answer before she even say it, because it's so scripted. And I think that's what's turning a lot of even black women off, man. They very good. One thing about a black woman, they very good at reading people. They good at reading energy. I'm talking about a real black woman. I'm not talking about these throwaway thought-shaped monsters. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about a real woman that got her spirit and her mentality lined up. She can read you very easily. That goes all the way back to grandma and great grandma. And I think that's why them women right there, they not rocking with her. And I think it's millions more women all over the country that I guess you can call them sleeper cells, because she don't have the respect to even talk to those women. She want to talk to everybody like she's talking to everybody. If that makes sense. Like she doesn't want to personalize her message too much. We've been listening to her long enough. Anybody that's listening to this podcast, I suggest you do your own research. You can go look at all her interviews, and I promise you 85% of her interviews are going to basically be the same every time. And I think a reason why a lot of people resonate with Trump is he talks from the heart. Regardless if he say something stupid, you know it's going to be raw, and it's going to be really how he feel about things. That can be good and bad. I admit that. But like I told you before, I like honesty, regardless of what form it come in. That's what I resonate with. When I see people trying to do that city slicking, talk around things and dressing up and not answering questions, I mean, to me, that makes you look very, very suspicious and suspect. So, you know, and this is another reason, though, bro. This is another reason.
That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects.
I'm gonna skip to the real part.
Policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities.
See, here it comes. Fair use, by the way. We using this for educational purposes. These are not my words. These are not Busy Bee words. These are her words.
And we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
See how her neck got the. I'm not gonna just. I ain't gonna just do what gonna benefit black people now.
No, not at all.
And you know that's kind of, bro. That's
bro. What's the play? Was that the end of it?
Nah, I just stopped it.
I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No, because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole in the country, right?
Okay, so from right there, when she's saying that, um, okay, you're gonna have a policy that's gonna help, obviously, the black people that are saying that they need help, as well as it's the same thing that's gonna help everybody else. But previous to saying these things, you're saying that this policy is created so that those that didn't start off equally as others, they also will be able to have this policy in place so that they can benefit and start off in an equal kind of way, which means the policy is for everybody. The policy is for everybody. It's not specifically for black people.
That's
No, it's
called a
not
lift
lift
out.
off.
That's called a lift out program. And if you lift in all, if everybody gets lifted and the people on the bottom gets lifted with everybody else, guess what? Everything stays the
Everybody's
same.
still the same. Yes,
Everybody
everything
stays
is still the same.
And that's the game that's why people not rocking with her like that, man.
That's slick talk. That's slick talk. That's a good video. That's a good video right there.
And you know, I've been holding that video for like 4 years. That's from 2020. I just knew that was gonna come back up because I see I've been watching politics for a while, and I'll be seeing when they be putting people in position to you know, promote them to the next level. And I knew, you know, I didn't know that they was gonna kick Biden out the office, you know, months before the election. But you know that debate was so bad. There was a lot of calls made, but the people didn't choose her. The people didn't choose her, man. The people did not choose her. I'm not gonna go in right now to what else she done because, to be honest with you, you can do your own research. The election is a week away. She said what she said. So all of this new founded, she's gonna do this for blacks. If you go read the policy, it's not even just for us. This policy that she got that's brand new is not for us. So again, like the thumbnail said, she meant what she said, and I believe her. I believe her.
Because if you wanna have an understanding of how she's saying that, the policy is not only for the black people, it's for everybody in America. Okay. Now let's be specific on a policy that was created for the Asians.
Yeah.
It was specifically created for the Asians that helped them protect them. Now, if she was to say or have the same wording or bring up something of that nature to make a comparison of, yes, this policy right here is going to uplift the black community, is going to do X, Y, and Z. Just as we created this policy for the Asians when all the hate crimes were happening with them. You sound like you're trying to do something. You're trying to make a difference in what is going on with that particular community. But to say what you just said, no, it's going to uplift everybody the same. No one is being uplifted then. They are going to stay the same.
Yeah, man. More slick talk. And bro, again, they want to erase us so bad. They want to take away our history, what we done, what our ancestors contributed to this country. If they could erase it, they would, bro.
Well, it's interesting that you wording it the way that you're wording it, in my opinion, because it's erased.
No, it's not erased.
We have what it is that is allowed for us to have. A lot is not being shown or given to us to understand what our being is and where we really derive from and what we've been about. We have history. Yes, we have history that we've been able to live that history and know it. But to go back and just as other ethnicities and things of that nature have a culture and a history, we have an entertainment history and a culture. And in my opinion, we entertain and people live off of that. We work and we entertain. That's our culture. That's it.
You talking about right now? Like,
yeah.
But that's not our true history, though.
That's my point I'm making. When you say
Right,
they're
right.
racist,
I was just making sure I was on the same accord.
yeah, and that's the point I'm making.
That's
that
what
when
they
you
done
say
turned it into, entertainment history. That's what you're saying, basically.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
They created the narrative of what they want us to think
be known for.
To be known for, yes.
Right.
And that's not it.
Yeah,
Because
so much
if
more.
we go back in our history, then you start finding out about the kings, the warriors, the challenges and the things that was made, our creativity, our intuitiveness,
the businesses, the owners, the black towns, the
everything.
thriving black towns. Yeah, man.
Everything that would make you say, damn, they might be the superior ones. So all I'm saying is when you have a lion in a circus and he's supposed to be the king of the jungle, what's keeping him in that damn ring doing these tricks?
And I'm glad you said that, entertainment. That, and again, when people go to these conventions and these rallies for whether it be Democrat or Republican. Now I know Republicans had some celebrities too. They brought out some celebrities
on both sides.
Yeah, but when they bring out our celebrities, man, it's crazy, bro. All of these people, they mean us no good at all. They so far removed from any kind of, I won't say struggle, I say normacy. Like, when people get a lot of money, for some reason, it makes you forget about the regular people for some reason. That's just the way their attitude comes off to me. And it makes you think that you're the smartest person ever because you got some money. But what a lot of people don't know, somebody gave you that money. A lot of times you didn't earn that money. If you did earn it, it came with stipulations. And if you get out of line, we'll take that money. Or we'll put a case on you and dirty your whole name up. That's the history, right? That's the history. Like, we made you and we'll break you.
Don't get it twisted. We still have our hands on everything.
You gonna push our message, or we gonna take you from 400 million to nigga barely having 10,000. Keep playing with us. And that's what I see, man. That's
100%. And so I look at those kinds of things like this. You're being allowed to come into the house, so to speak. But when you start knocking over the expensive vases and tearing up furniture, you going back outside. That's what it comes down to.
It's
you
sad,
can come
man.
in and entertain and speak to the company and even go, spend the night. That's
right.
cool. But when you start breaking up stuff that we're allowing you to enjoy, you going back outside, and then you can be with the rest. And then what that looks like. So, like when you were talking about the entertainers, how on both sides, celebrities that's involved. What's being shown, what I seen, like with Trump, he had Kill Tony as a comedian up there, and I knew he was going to offend everybody. Because
who is Kill Tony, by the way? Tell the people who
Kill Tony. Okay, so Kill Tony is a comedian in Austin, or I think he's in Austin or San Antonio. I watch him. Those he has Cam Patterson, this black comedian, young black comedian that came up, and Kill Tony, showed him. He basically gave him an alley-oop to do his thing because he was so good. He gets a minute to tell his joke, and every time he's always killed it, right? So now he's on an even huger platform and performing all over the place.
Right.
Well, Kill Tony was one of the comedians that roasted Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
He tore into every bit of them, right? So now I seen this morning how people were offended about one of the jokes that he said about Puerto Rico. He said, "Yes, this is there's some garbage that's floating in the sea now. I think they call it Puerto Rico." Right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So a lot of Puerto Ricans was offended, and then on top of that, Trump. It was a Puerto Rican DJ, I think his name DJ Nicky Jam. Trump actually thought this was a woman, and when he came up, it was a man. So he kind of played it off. Yeah. So the whole Puerto Rican community was offended by this. How he disrespected the person, didn't even know who he was, and then this person is telling him that he's going to endorse Trump, and so his community basically counseled him. But this is the thing. When we talk about freedom of speech, America is a melting pot. It's no way that you can think that everybody is going to have the same opinion, the same thoughts. And when you have the Second Amendment, freedom of speech, everybody they're entitled to say whatever they want to say, right?
Right. What's the comedian name again?
They call him Kill Tony. I forgot his last name. Is Clench or something like that. But you can just type in Kill Tony.
Right.
He'll come up. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Hinchcliffe is his last name.
Yeah.
So anyway, I watched that, and he's not only joking about Puerto Ricans. His jokes covered across the board. He was making jokes on everything, and they were very. They were very shocked like jokes. I mean, you really get shocked off of what he's saying with everything that's going on in the world. But the thing is, he didn't offend me. He surprised me with some of the things that he was saying and being on stage at a Trump rally, and they had to. They know what he was about, how he is. They had to do their homework. So with that, just as Trump says a lot of shocking things, this comedian did too. He from the Jews, blacks, whites, everybody. He was just cracking on everything that's been going on around the world. And I didn't feel any certain kind of way about it, because at the end of the day, we're hearing repetitive statements being made to questions and being insulted, in my opinion. You hear jokes from a comedian, and what show would you ever go to where you may be offended or not offended when it comes to comedians? They're going to touch on things you may not be ready for, but it happens. Yeah, that's him right there.
Yeah, that's
Can you play that?
Yeah, that's this is just a reaction, because I haven't seen this video. So this is a reaction segment. So let's see.
Store in LA, and I'm proud to say this is my 4th time performing at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the damn world. The American dream alive and well right here. This is very different than where I'm used to performing, though. I'm used to nighttime with people drinking, not so many babies in the crowd, and people that are obviously only here for legal.
Hey, just the way that he's already talking, I want to laugh, bro. Like, I can tell he finna say some crazy shit. I've never seen this before, but I can tell by the way he sounds, he finna be funny.
Hold on to your britches
tonight. Normally, I don't make my political beliefs a known thing. It's divisive for a comedian to do that, but just know I sleep well at night knowing who I'm voting for. Yeah. when I lay down and my head hits my pillow. It is a fantastic pillow, by the way. I was staying at the Four Seasons up by Central Park one night, and I laid my head down, and it felt so good. And I thought to myself, what an amazing pillow. I have a little bit of money now. I could buy a good pillow. And I took the pillowcase off, and there it was. My pillow, my pillow, my pillow. And damn it, I bought 4 of them. And if you use the promo code KillTony, you can also buy 4 my pillows. There's serious stuff happening, people. I live in the great state of Texas now. 18 years in Ohio.
So, cuz, you seen him live?
No, I hadn't seen him live.
You
I hadn't
seen
seen
him
him live yet.
Oh, okay.
20 years in California.
His platform is it's just like the scene and everything. They got a live band playing. Comedians come up 1 minute, and if they kill it, then they get to go to the next week or whatever. And if they don't, and he has a panel of guests that kind of critique the comedian. So it's kind of set up like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go back.
Got to see California turn to absolute horrendous thing. And traveling the world, I got to see San Francisco turn into one of the most demented cities, one of the greatest downfalls I've ever seen. And that is where the other candidate worked for 2 decades. And it's absolutely wild to see. And in Texas, stuff is really, really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at tonight?
Uh-oh.
You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Them. It's absolutely incredible. Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
Oh, wow. Yeah, motherfuckers is furious, bro. They furious.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, I know.
Continue.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm just breaking it up.
Your reaction.
Yeah,
I got you. No, go ahead.
That's kind of crazy, but yeah.
So the thing, you see what he's saying? He has a crowd of people that he's talking about that's there right now.
Right.
Why are they laughing?
Because some of the Latinos, I mean, again, I like to show everything that we're talking about. Anybody you can Google Latinos that got a problem with illegal immigration. I mean, to believe it or not, they got problems with it too. Certain ones got problems with it too because they had to come in this country and do it the right way. So they feel slighted, that people are able to come over here and get what they got without even doing it the right way or waiting a certain amount of time or whatever.
Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor. Free speech is under attack, people. I host a show, and each week I get updates what words we're allowed to use and not use anymore. It's happening right now the past few years. It's a real thing. And, used to be able to tell people to Google stuff. My mom's a boomer in the state of Ohio, and there's no convincing her of anything. She's eating the cats.
Oh, wow.
She's eating the dogs. They're eating the pets up there. It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Man.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. This isn't exactly a perfect comedy setup. There's some people here. All right, very good. I like it. I have other policies that I think it should be implemented as well. Like me personally, I think football should be all.
There's some people that didn't like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm
sure. Year round. Yeah. So many great athletes. I don't know about you guys, but I think that Travis Kelce might be the next O.J. Simpson.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Hold on. Damn, he flaming hot. He kind of remind me of Dave Chappelle, like the way his mannerisms is.
Yeah.
He kind of got that Dave Chappelle feel to him. That's crazy.
Feels good in here. The other side's got a lot of crazy endorsements. Swift, Eminem, Leo DiCaprio, Beyonce. Every day the Democratic Party looks more.
Your movie is really fun. It's really funny. Laughing out loud, hysterically. It's one of the best comedies.
I want to hear that.
Like a P. Diddy party. Oh, okay. Like a P. Diddy party. Swift, Eminem, Leo DiCaprio, Beyonce. Every day the Democratic Party looks more and more like a P. Diddy party. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what you guys want. All right. Heck yeah. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow.
He off chain, bro.
I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. See, I like it though, bro, because he's not leaving no stone unturned, bro. You can't.
No.
How can you be mad at that, bro? He's touching everybody. Get touched. You can get touched. You can get touched. You can get touched. Like, and personally, I love watermelon. This has a lot of health benefits.
Hey, you ain't got to endorse everything.
Nah, I'm endorsing watermelon, bro, because you know why? That is literally that's literally a natural Viagra for men. It literally is.
Yes, sir.
Antioxidants in it, all kind of shit. But yeah, that we continue. I just had to say, as a Black American, I am not offended because of the way he said it.
Yeah.
You guys are. This is a groany little morning crowd, huh? It's tough to follow this audition for the next Commissioner Gordon's over here. It is, though. It's crazy times we're living in. I mean, all these pointless wars. It is unbelievable what's happening right now. It is incredible. Ukraine versus Russia, Israel. It's like bad soccer games. Who even cares? What are we doing? Why is our money involved in these wars?
See, he got me now, bro, because when somebody put truth in their comedy, that's the golden, that's like the trifecta, right? That's the thing right there, man.
He's not
when it comes to Israel and Palestine,
right?
He's not really being silly or anything like that. He's coming in. He's coming in hot, and he can feel the tension in the crowd, but he's still going.
For sure.
He's in that.
Man.
Stein, we're all thinking the same thing. Settle your stuff already. Best out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors. You know the Palestinians are going to throw rock every time.
Wow.
But you also know the Jews have a hard time throwing that paper. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
All right, we're having fun now. We're cooking. Hillary Clinton said that this is a Nazi rally here today. Can you believe that? For the most anti-war president of my entire lifetime, and she calls him Hitler. Let me remind you, Hillary, it was your husband who shot innocent people, or as he called them, interns.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Hillary, I bet you did not see that one coming. By the way, if I commit suicide in 3 weeks, I didn't. I mean, it's just obvious to me who the right candidate is. There's a guy out here dodging bullets. It is unbelievable, right? He took it right in the ear. Unbelievable. I thought about this. I don't know if you have. Coolest place to get shot. Like if you're gonna get shot anywhere on your body, that's where you want it. Right there. Technically, he got shot in the head, depending on if you're a Democrat or a Republican. Right? If you're a Democrat, his ear was grazed. If you're a Republican, he survived a headshot. It is. It's the best place to get shot. It's the only part of the human body will drive a piercing through like a little.
Stick with me for 30 seconds.
Oh my God. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I guess that's why they try to get
he's well, you know, they can put them ads in there.
Heals fast. Nobody cares. It's the best place to get shot. He went down, saw blood on his hands. I'd imagine he and says the most, my shoes.
And fast forwarded it.
Fearless. Perhaps still with an active shooter. He's talking like a guy that just had the best one night stand of his life. Right? Like, where's.
Yeah, man, that's pretty funny. I'm gonna have to go look at that later. I don't want to keep playing too much of it, but yeah, man, that's pretty funny. To me, when you're not targeting one group of people and you touching everybody, I don't see anything wrong with it. If you're making fun of everybody. Now, if he would have just making fun of one group, then maybe I could see. Yes. But he's making fun of everybody, so yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
Well, the like I say, that DJ guy came up, and you know the whole community felt so disrespected. Now everybody's going through things, but as you can see, he didn't hold back. He didn't hold back at all.
Right.
He went in. He went in, and that's just him. That's his style. And I like when comedians. Yeah, I like when comedians can go in and speak and touch in those areas, because it was made to be sensitive and you shouldn't be speaking. But then it would take away from your right to speak however you want to speak on things.
Right.
And that's just a representation of that amendment to be able to do that. And you can't do anything but respect it. Because when someone gets mad, they're not racist, right? But let someone get mad and they have another color or something like that. They're the biggest bigot that you know. Because the first thing come out your mouth or someone's mouth a lot of times is going to be some stereotypical remark that you're going to associate that that person with, whatever their ethnicity is. If you really just feel like you're superior, or just that is what it is. And, you know, and just like the word nigga, you know, everybody is using it. And it offends. It used to offend me at times when I was younger.
Right.
Now the history that goes behind it, and then how it's transformed into this universal word of whatever that's to be, for however someone is using it. I just don't resonate with it in a way where it's offensive.
Right.
Because I can't even. I just see myself being bigger than what that is or what it was to be. And not to say it's I'm just anybody gonna come up to me and just be calling me a nigga like that, because that ain't gonna happen. But the thing about it is, for you to come up to me and speak that way, at some point we had some kind of a connection or understanding about how we talk to each other.
Right.
But you come speaking all derogatory and things of that nature, that's a whole nother conversation. Or furniture movement situation. So
man, I tell you about that N word.
It amazes me how the FCC. Yeah. Go ahead.
That N word, it can be traced back to greatness. If you fast forward to now and everything in between, it's good and bad, depending on the person's upbringing, like how you saying. I mean, basically what you saying. But I was working at UPS one time, right? Story time, man, with Big Pound, man. I'm gonna tell you the story real quick, man. Yeah, but so I'm working at UPS, right? We loading the trucks, and when you ain't got packages coming through with your number on it, you try to find somebody else to go help in their truck when they're getting overwhelmed. So I go in this truck to help this other girl. Then another girl follows me in, and she's in there talking. You could tell she real hip or whatever, but she's using the word nigga, like she's using nigga like. And I'm just standing. I heard it the first time, and I'm just listening to a conversation because I got one earbud in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
Then she says it again in another sentence, and I was like, "Hey, don't say that word again around me." And she just got to going off. You don't tell me I can say whatever I want to say. Now, in a normal situation, if this was a man, I probably would have grabbed him and let him know, don't say the word again. But since this was a female, I went right to HR, and I had to tell. I had to go tell what the girl was saying, because I know once I corrected you on not saying the N word, you could say anything, like I was touching on you or I was grabbing you or something like that. So I did the first thing that I knew I should do, which is go report it to HR to get it to stop. Fast forward, we had to get on a conference call with the corporate, and me being me, I actually just told her I didn't want her saying them words again, but I don't want her to lose her job, because that's who I am as a person. Now, looking in retrospect, I should have went Thanos and got her fired, but I didn't. And I don't know why I bring that story up. It just goes with what you're talking about. But a lot of people think that a lot of people hang around black people in depending on the certain type of black people that you hang around, they'll let some people say that shit. Then once they get around some different black people, they go with that same lingo, and it ain't flying. It's not flying like you talking about it. No, you can't. I don't care who you around. This ain't the group. Now the other group that you go to, then you can say it all you want to, but you're not gonna be saying that around me. And that's the problem we got. We got people that don't care. I just leave it at that. I won't get no deeper than that. We got some people that care and some people that do care. And the ones that don't care, they let anything go. It ain't just the N word. They probably let a lot of shit slide.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
No doubt.
That's part of the problem with our culture. We let people come in our culture, steal, say anything, copy, sell our culture back to us, and I'll leave it at that. I don't, I start to get a little amped up talking about that, but yeah, man, I saved that girl job. I saved that girl job, bro. The man on the phone asked me, "What you want to happen?" I said, "Well, it's a misunderstanding. I'm thinking to myself, I know what the problem is, is whoever she hangs around allows her to talk like this. So she's comfortable because I'm a cool person. She feels comfortable. So I know that's what it is, but it ain't me. It's the people that you've been around that's allowing you to say this. And like I told her, man, I don't want her to lose a job. I just want her to stop saying it. And I left it at that. Yep. So I got mercy, man. What would you have done?
And what you, hey, and you know, and I probably the same thing.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna even lie. Probably the same thing. I ain't gonna even lie about it. Because you won't understand it. You want that person to have understanding.
Right.
Because it could, and you probably ain't thinking or wasn't thinking this far into what could be had she lost her job, other than okay, she lost her job, she gonna have to get another one. But at the same time, now she's really feeling like she want to be calling everybody the N-word, but in a hateful way because of what didn't happen. Or she learned from it and never do it again. But just from your heart, you don't want to see another person have to suffer from some ignorance. Now you didn't educate them or brought something to their attention. It's on them again. If it'll be on them at that time if they choose to continue being that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gave grace.
Because I already felt bad for going to HR, but I know I had to protect myself because I done seen this archetype of white female so much. I know exactly what they're gonna do before they do it. You know, they think they one of us, they talk with the neck snapping, they got the lingo, they got the mannerisms down. So I already knew where it was going right when I told her don't say it again, and she started getting all irate and shit. So that's why I did what I did.
Yeah.
But, you know. Yeah, man.
And you know what I find interesting? I just thought about this. Why is it that so many other ethnicities copy how we are, but then because they're doing it for fun, in my opinion, there's no gain from it other than the attention.
It is a gain from it. It is a gain from it.
Well, hold on. What I'm saying, like I said, the attention that you get from acting that way, yes, there's gain, but it's the attention you get, and yeah, you can capitalize off that. But what I'm trying to get at is this: when you see us act at like, somebody white or whatever, the whole purpose is survival. We're trying to get ahead. Other cultures aren't acting like us to get ahead.
Yes,
Not
they are.
like that.
Yes, they are.
Not to get through the door. Give me an example.
Music.
That's getting them through the door.
Rock and roll.
To be
country,
equal, to be the same.
Rock and roll, country, rap music was all created by Black Americans. Rock and roll.
What doors did they have to kick down to make that happen?
I'm not saying they kicked down doors.
Just copied.
That's what I'm saying. They copied us.
They copied us. Wow. Okay, my point I'm making is this. When it comes to getting a job, back in the day, we didn't change our hairstyle. We didn't change our name just so we can be, before you see us, we kind of halfway get in. And then when you see us, you're going to either have to accept our talents or not, or whatever the case is. I'm just saying, we're mimicking others, or
we code switching
white
a little
people at
bit.
the time. Yeah, so that we could get in and be as equal as possible.
But it's all false.
Other races aren't doing that.
Right, but it's all false when we do that.
But I'm just saying, other races weren't doing that
at all.
Of course,
and they never will have to do it as long as the system is like it is, bro. I remember going to a job interview, shaving, putting on my polo shirt. I got my Dockers on, my khaki pants. I'm groomed, and then I'm sitting in there, and a dude come in. He got long, shaggy hair, painted fingernails, and he in the door. I mean, he in the door. I mean, that's just the way the system's set up. You know, you once told me expect an uphill fight every day. I mean, because that was some of the biggest shit you ever told me out of all the stuff you ever told me. You told me a lot. You gave me a lot of game, but just looking at each day when you go deal with certain situations, just knowing that it's gonna be an uphill climb, being mentally prepared for that is just so huge for me personally. I can't speak for nobody else, but that helped me a lot. Just having that template to think about, because no matter what field you get in, you know, that's gonna be there. It's sad. It's sad, right? But it is what it is. We'll get into that another time. I don't want to take it all the way down that rabbit hole, but say, you know, we shall overcome, bro. We shall overcome, and we will. God don't like ugly, man. And as you can see this year, you know, he's shaking things up. It's gonna be more shaking. It's gonna be more shaking that continues, you know, until this shit is right. I mean, new heaven on earth.
You know what you
bro.
see? What you're seeing is the understanding of the world changing. Yeah. Where yes, we have our own communities, and for so long, as long as the communities have been divided, things work the way that they work. But since we have this younger generation coming up and not having that kind of mentality or being taught that old school stuff or that kind of separation, it's hard battling that, especially with technology bringing you so much information. Right. And they're more open and accepting of let's all get along, as it was said way back then, to where it's more being manifested now. So it's growing in that direction. The gameplay will be interesting to see, because it's going to take on something that's going to be so surprising and so detrimental to make sure that it don't continue to grow the way that it's growing, because it's growing a lot faster than it was back in the day.
When you say all get along, do you mean things being equal or people just being more accepting? Is that what you're talking about?
People being more accepting and understanding to how things are right now, right. Because when that keeps growing, then the whole thing of being equal will come into play automatically. Everybody's wanting everybody to have the same, and they're not confused about it. They're not divided about it. It could be, you could have a black community with a Mexican community working together, having business together, but they still have their communities, and they don't have no problem with that.
Right.
And you know, it's like you have your house, I have mine, and what go on in my house goes on in my house. What go on in your house goes on in your house.
What percentage do you think we at? I'm just asking you a guesstimation.
10.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a long way to go.
No more than that.
No more than 10%.
Yes, sir. Because this is the thing about that. If say you have a football team and you got your guys on the bench, that's my analogy. You got your guys on the bench and you have the guys that's playing.
Right.
And 90% of your team is on board with your motivational speech, your game plan, and point of business. 10% has their own opinion. They feel a different way. In order to get them on board, you start leveraging the situation so that they can get on board, because some of them want to play. Well, the only way you're going to play is you do this and you do that and you fall into order. And that's all I'm saying about the world. every time you fall into order, it lessens the growth of where that 10% is coming from. So the gameplay is you're gonna have to change up your speech. You're gonna have to change up the routes, the runs, the whole understanding of what's going on to get them to follow and forget where they was trying to go in the first place. And it just keeps repeating itself. That's why I say the psychological game that's been played all these years and keeping us divided with, just hell with racism. Two kids, if 4 ethnicities had a baby and they all were put together and they grew up without knowing about racism and things of that nature, they would play together, work together, do everything and not have a problem.
Right.
So having that kind of division and that confusion and that frustration, all those negative vibes, that keeps us where we are. And they're going to have another gameplay to suppress the positiveness in that thought process. All this AI, the YouTube, the streaming, the short videos, the short attention span.
Right.
Bam. It's already set up for another gameplay. Trust me. It's set up for another gameplay and it's coming.
That's deep, man.
So that's what I mean by that.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. I don't know, man. On a spiritual level, I really don't think America can ever be whole until they make right what they supposed to make right.
Never happen. We'll never see it. It'll never happen. Everything is gonna have to be white, clean.
Clean slate, huh? Clean slate?
It'll never happen. Yeah. It won't happen.
Man.
Not in my time. Not in our time.
Yeah, that's what my daddy told me.
Now,
it'll never change.
Now, only way I see that even being a possibility is if the Constitution is to be rewritten. If the policies that were established way back when for the entitlement of the higher uppers, the rich families and things of that nature, those policies have to be demolished and they're just gone. And the Constitution will be rewritten. That's the only way I can see it being in a state where everyone is actually equal with and have and will be to the end.
Yeah, that's a big one. So that's a real big one. I don't know. They ain't gonna, that Constitution, man. Yeah. Got anything else you want to speak on?
No, I mean, it was developed with the richest families and stuff. They created the government.
Yeah, no doubt.
The government came in. Yeah, that's their army. That's their army. They have those secret meetings and things of that nature and decide on how things are going to be or which direction it needs to go. If you ever play Sim City, just think of you being one of the high elites, and you decide on how you want your city, your town, your country to be.
Love that game. I love that game.
Yeah, that game. Hey, man, that game coming from truth.
Yeah,
it's right there in front of us on how things can be. Trading places. Think about that movie back in the day with Eddie Murphy.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, truth is all in our face. That's
man.
That's really all I have to say on that.
Yeah, man. We need y'all to hit the like button, right? And share this with somebody that you think might benefit from this message.
Oh, we cutting out.
Huh? What'd you say, Kinflow?
What's happening?
I just play some music. I was finna put this up so they can scan this code real quick. So scan this code, take you to the website, leave your email address, subscribe to the channel, follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Show some love. Yeah, pull out your phones right now, scan the code, put in your email address so y'all can check in with us. We start ramping up, getting everything together. Yeah, I just want to do that. In closing, it's been another great show. Hopefully we get another one in this week. Maybe Thursday or Friday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
hey, I'm ready to see some people, see and hear from people out there that are tuning in to the show. Don't be shy with your comments and things. Reach out, email us. Let us know how we're doing and what you would probably like to hear from us. So
yeah, that's
definitely ready to get it on and get things going.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. Episode 9. It's been wonderful. It's been real. Until next time, we're going to hit y'all on the side that's brown. I guess that's what they say, right?
I ain't never heard of that.
You ain't never heard of that?
No, I ain't.
Yeah, let me pause that. Yeah, let me pause that. Yeah, because pause. Super pause.
Oh no.
Yeah, man.
No.
I ain't. Yeah,
Get you on that side that's brown, huh? Okay.
Nah, man. I don't know, man.
Nah, I ain't heard of that. I might as well start making up to say, man, I'm gonna hit you on that sunny side up. Okay, later on, big dog.
Oh man. Nah, bro. Yeah, stay on. Don't I'm gonna end it though, but stay on to after. We'll chop it up for a minute.
I got you.
All right, y'all, man. It's been wonderful.
Peace out, people.
Share, like, subscribe. Peace. Hey, yo. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's the Kinflow Podcast. Yeah. It's the Kinflow Podcast. We here to educate. We here to give you game. We here to make you laugh. Deep conversations while we building on this knowledge. Yeah. Keep your head up. Hey. Keep your head up. It's the Kinflow Podcast. We here to educate. We here to give you game. We here to make you laugh. Deep conversations while we building on this knowledge. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Yeah. Every day when I awaken, ask God give me strength for the day that I be facing. Yeah, because we all trying to make it there. Life is hard, we keep pushing on the real, we don't fear. Because we gotta keep God first, while overcoming the obstacles, putting the truth first. And it still hurts, but it gets worse if we decide not to speak while we on this earth. It's the Kinflow Podcast. We here to educate, we here to give you game, we here to make you laugh. Deep conversations while we're building on this knowledge. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. It's the Kinflow Podcast. We here to educate. We here to give you game. We here to make you laugh. Deep conversation while we're building on this knowledge. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Yeah.
And all that other shit is to control you. If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave it back to the community, we'd be alright. If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to motherfuckers who need God, we'd be alright. Y'all, have you seen some of these goddamn churches lately? It's ones that take up the whole block in New York. It's hard. homeless people out here? Why you God letting them stay here? Why these niggas got gold ceilings and shit? Why God need gold ceilings to talk to me? Why do God need colored windows to talk to me? Why God can't come where I'm at, where he sent me? If God wanted to talk to me in a pretty spot like that, why the hell he sent me here then? You know what I mean? That make ghetto kids not believe in God. Why? So that's a wrong religion. I believe in God. I believe God put us wherever we want to be at. Then it makes sense that God will put us in the ghetto. That means he wants us to work hard to get up out of here. That means he's testing us even more. That makes sense. It makes sense that if you're good in your heart, then you closer to God. But if you're evil, then you're close to the devil. That makes sense. I see that every day. All that other spooky shit don't make sense.